Well, we're here with Miss Hickman. Miss Hickman has a very unique circumstance. I hope it's unique. She's married to a veteran of the Vietnam War, and he is a sufferer of PTSD, that's post-traumatic stress syndrome. And as you know, post-traumatic stress syndrome can be something that can be minor in some people, but for her husband, it's 100% disability. And she found out that not only is it causing him to be disabled as far as doing things responsibly in life, but also he crossed over into the criminally insane. He wants to defraud insurance companies so badly that he even lies and said twice, had her locked up for running over him in a car. Now, police arrested, this is the surprising thing, police arrested Mrs. Hickman, even though her husband had not a scratch on him, and neither did the car. In other words, there had been no hit and run, and it was obvious. The insurance company looked at your car, didn't they?
Absolutely.
And they saw no evidence that anyone had been struck.
And failed to pay him because of it.
And yet he did it again months later, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He tried again.
Yes.
Because he's sick, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
And so you took us through some of the things that you tried to do to bring this to court and clear your name. They ruined your credit. They ruined your recommendation because you have open felonies against you for hit and run on your husband that never happened. But yet they won't let you go to court for it and clear yourself, will they?
No.
And you even tried to bring it to court yourself by saying, pressing charges of perjury against your sick husband, didn't you?
Yes.
You thought that would be a way to get a court hearing.
Yes.
But instead, when you got there, what happened?
I was accused of beating him up with a white woman.
And so what should have been court for him turned into more accusations against you.
Yes.
And after that, you were telling us about the toll that took on your body.
Absolutely.
Tell us some more about that.
Well, I become isolated. I am tearful. I'm in pain, and my heart hurts. I'm prayerful more than ever. I believe in God, and this is how I've gotten through so far.
Praise God.
I recognize that I'm in a fight to do with good and evil, and evil is real, and Glynn County represents dark and evil because I've never had so many people in so many high places to stamp on one little bitty person like myself. So
I've never heard of anything like you're going through, except going way back in history.
Yes.
I know that, we've spoken about how in 1912, certain Caucasian people marched through Forsyth County and killed, injured, and banned the whole black population of Forsyth County. And it became a sundown county where you could go there and work in the daytime, but you had to be out by sundown. And now here you are. This is 100 years later. That happened in 1912, and here we are on the threshold of 2012. And here you are now, and a lovely, educated, intelligent black woman, and you are also banned from a Georgia county.
for no reason.
For no reason.
No convictions, got
No
a clean
conviction.
record, never been arrested and charged in my life.
And here you are banned.
Yes.
And the thing is that it almost reminds one of slavery.
Yes.
Because not only are you banned from your county, but in this case, they banned you from your husband who is mentally ill and who needs you.
My livelihood, my best friend, her son married on November 5th, 2011 in Brunswick. I was not allowed to attend the wedding because I'm banned. My other friend died while I've been in exile, pretty much. She died Easter weekend.
I'm
I
sorry.
asked Sentinel for permission to go to the funeral, and they declined.
So Sentinel being your, what are they called?
My overseer.
They're your overseer.
And I paid him $35 a month to oversee me in Glynn, Maryland.
It's like a plantation overseer.
Absolutely.
You've been assigned.
And I hired John Wetzler as my contested divorce attorney, and Sentinel charged him with being my, excuse me, they took him as my divorce attorney, my contested divorce attorney. They took him and made him the lawyer who's to report to them about my activities to do with the hit and run situation.
So in other words, you hired, your husband started referring to you as being divorced. Is that right?
Yes.
And you know that you don't have a divorce.
Yes.
So you hired this man to protect the sanctity of your marriage.
Absolutely.
So in other words, you had not filed for divorce. As far as you know, your husband had not filed for divorce.
I was served in Glynn County on July the 12th, 2010 with the divorce from the Glynn County Legal Aid's office.
So it looks like your husband may have filed for divorce.
Through, he was coerced, my husband was put under duress to do that.
Okay, so they told him to divorce you.
Yes.
They make him feel like, you feel like they are making him feel like he's been abandoned.
Yes.
When the fact is that they told you you can't go back there.
Right, and on top of that, my husband complained to me about the change of address. I had to put in a U.S. Post Office change of address in December of 2009 because I could never go back home again. I had to keep up with my mail from my home address in Brunswick. So after the post office sent a postcard to our home in Brunswick, my husband became concerned and complained to the court about I had changed my address. He never could understand that I had to change my address to keep up with my mail.
So he was expecting you back home, even
Yes.
though he's lied to the police and told
Yes.
them you ran over him with the car.
Yes.
He expected you back home.
On December 4th, he expected me back home.
Like nothing happened.
That's right.
So it's almost like a childlike mentality. isn't it?
Absolutely.
And he needs you.
Yes, he does.
And you still love him.
Absolutely.
So you hired this attorney to protect the sanctity of your marriage.
Yes.
Because you want to be in control of who you marry and who you don't marry.
Absolutely.
As though you're a free person
Yes.
and not a slave on a plantation.
Absolutely.
But the county is running things.
Yes.
They basically have separated you and your husband.
Forced into separation.
It's like jump the broom and get married, and now the people who run that county have told you and your husband to jump the broom backwards and sell you off. It's like slavery.
My divorce attorneys to protect my marriage has never showed up in court. I have not received any paperwork to do with the divorce decree with my husband. However, it's been almost 2 years.
And all of this started with you leaving home, going to Walmart.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes, it is.
You get in your car to go to Walmart, and the next thing you know, police are pulling you over and accusing you of running over your husband.
Yes.
And this has been going on since December 2009.
Yes.
And now it's 2 years later.
Yes.
God have mercy.
Yes, Lord.
You know what? It's like Troy Davis.
Yes, it is.
It's like Troy Davis because all they had was witnesses, and they were unreliable witnesses. And now your husband, can you imagine a more unreliable witness than him?
The insurance company alluded to me that they tried to, they took a copy of the police report that was sent to them through the wire from my husband. They said that they contacted the people that was listed in the police report. The people that listed never called the insurance company back, never cooperated in an investigation against me.
So there's been no investigation, there's been no court date, but you're banned from your home and your husband. Is that right?
Absolutely.
And you are now going to sue Glynn County and the people that you feel are involved in this illegal infringement on your civil rights as an American citizen.
My husband's birthday was November the 22nd, 2011. I was not allowed to send him a birthday card. We are going into the Christmas celebration. I have a Christmas card in my car that I'm not allowed to send to the house.
Isn't that sad?
It's very sad.
So it's more or less like in the old days when they used to separate black families.
Yes.
They're still doing it
Yes.
in Glynn County,
Yes.
Georgia. God have mercy.
Yes.